Do you also use your phone whenever you visit a doctor? Especially because you're trying to understand all the difficult terms that they're using. Medical terms can be tricky, but don't worry, I am here to help you with that today. I am here with 100 essential medical terms that you can start using in your daily real life conversations. See, the video will be divided into segments based on different fields of the medical area. Each segment will have 20 words along with their meanings and sentences. But as I have already mentioned earlier, just knowing these words will not help you out. You have to practice using them. And for your daily practice, you can download the EngVarta app and take regular sessions with our live English experts. And to get a special discount, you can also use my code. I have linked it in the description box below. You can go and check it out there. Now let's get back to our video and start with these terms. Now let's start with our first segment, which is general medical terms. Your first word is diagnosis. Repeat after me. Diagnosis. Diagnosis means the identification of a disease or condition. For instance, let's say that you are ill and you visit the doctor. The doctor examines you to find out what is wrong with you, right? This is called diagnosis, the identification of a health condition. Now let's make a sentence with this word. I can say that the doctor quickly diagnosed my dog, or the doctor made a quick diagnosis of pneumonia. Moving on to your second word, prognosis. Repeat after me. Prognosis. Prognosis means the expected outcome of a disease. For instance, let's say that you are ill and the doctor will tell you that, you might recover or you might not recover. So prognosis is the expected, the prediction of a disease. For instance, I can make a sentence like, the doctor gave a prognosis that she will recover within 2 weeks. Moving on to your third word, symptom. Repeat after me. Symptom. Now, a symptom is a sign of illness. For example, like cold and cough, they are symptoms of flu. And now headache, sensitivity to light and sound, or vomiting, they are symptoms of migraine. Moving on to your fourth term, treatment. Repeat after me. Treatment. Now, a treatment means medical care given to a patient. It can be like a therapy or dialysis. Now let's make a sentence with this word. The treatment for diabetes includes diet control and a lot of medication. Moving on to your fifth word, prescription. Repeat after me. Prescription. Now, whenever you visit a doctor, the doctor examines you and they give you a note towards the end that, okay, fine, buy this medicine, this is the medicine that you have to take. So this is a prescription. A prescription is a written order for medicines. For example, I can say that the doctor gave me a prescription to buy medicines. Moving on to our next word, which is therapy. Repeat after me. Therapy. Now, therapy means a treatment for a disease or condition. For instance, when someone is ill and to recover from that illness, they undergo therapy. Therapy is basically a process of healing. For instance, physical therapy helped him to recover after the accident. Moving on to your next word, which is chronic. Repeat after me. Chronic. Now, chronic means a long-lasting disease or condition, something which does not go away quickly. For example, asthma is a chronic respiratory condition. The pronunciation is not asthma or asthma or whatever. The pronunciation is asthma. Repeat after me. Asthma. Or let's frame another sentence. Smoking can cause chronic lung disease. Moving on to your next word, which is acute. Repeat after me. Acute, which means a sudden or severe condition. For instance, let's say that when someone gets a sudden asthma attack, that is an acute condition. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. He had an acute allergic reaction to peanuts. Moving on to your next word. Inflammation. Repeat after me. Inflammation. Inflammation means the body's reaction to an injury or infection. For instance, whenever you hurt yourself, your wound becomes all red and swollen, right? That is inflammation. Now let's make a sentence with this word. Swelling and redness indicate inflammation. Your 10th word is vaccine. Repeat after me. Vaccine. Vaccine means the substance that helps prevent disease. For instance, during the COVID lockdown, it was recommended for everyone to get vaccinated. Remember? That is vaccine. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. I got the COVID-19 vaccine to protect myself during the lockdown. Moving on to your 11th word. Anesthesia. Repeat after me. Anesthesia. Anesthesia means a drug that causes loss of sensation. It is like a numbing agent, basically, which is used prior to operations. For instance, I was given anesthesia, spinal anesthesia, before my C-section. Moving on to your 12th word, which is antibiotics. Repeat after me. Antibiotics. Now, it means a medicine used to fight bacterial infection. For instance, say, like whenever you have a throat infection, the doctor prescribes you antibiotics, right? So let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor prescribed me antibiotics when I had a severe allergic reaction. Moving on to your 13th word, antiseptic. Repeat after me. Antiseptic. It means a substance that prevents infection. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. She applied antiseptic to the wound to kill germs. Moving on to your next word, which is autoimmune disease. Repeat after me. Autoimmune disease. Now it is a condition where the immune system attacks the body. It is basically a disorder where the immune system malfunctions. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that affects multiple organs. Moving on to your next word, benign. Repeat after me. Benign. It means something which is not harmful, something which is not cancerous. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The tumor was found out to be benign. Moving on to your next word, malignant. Repeat after me. Malignant. Now, malignant is the opposite of benign. Malignant means something which is harmful, something which is cancerous. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The malignant tumor required immediate treatment. Moving on to your next word, which is contagious. Repeat after me. Contagious. It means something which spreads easily. For instance, let's say that someone just sneezed and you got cold. So that is contagious. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The flu is a contagious disease. Moving on to your next word, dehydration. Repeat after me. Dehydration. Now, dehydration is caused when you do not drink enough water. Basically, it is a condition caused by loss of water in the body. For instance, let's say that you are out in the sun and you are feeling dizzy, chakkar aa rahe hain, because you are sweating and you did not drink enough water. That causes dehydration. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Drink enough water to avoid dehydration. Moving on to your next word, incision. Repeat after me. Incision. Now this means a cut made during surgery. Like when the doctor or the surgeon cuts you to operate inside you, that is incision. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The surgeon made a small incision to begin the operation. Moving on to the last word of this segment, immunity. Repeat after me. Immunity. It means the body's ability to resist infection. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Eating healthy food helps you to build immunity, or good sleep helps you to build immunity. So these were 20 words in this segment. I hope they were easy enough for you to understand. Now let's move on to our next segment. Moving on to our next segment, which is body and anatomy. Let's start with our first word, tissue. Repeat after me, tissue. It means a group of similar cells in our body. For example, the muscle tissue or the nerve tissue. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Muscle tissue helps the body move. Moving on to your second word, organ. Repeat after me, organ. Now, organ means a body part with a specific function like heart or lungs or kidney or liver. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Heart is an important organ in our body. Moving on to your third word, vein. Repeat after me, vein. It means a blood vessel that carries blood to the heart. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The pulmonary vein carries oxygen-rich blood to the heart. Moving on to your next word, which is artery. Repeat after me, artery. It means a blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The aorta is the largest artery in the body. Moving on to your next word, nerve. Repeat after me, nerve. It means a fiber that transmits signals in the body. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The optic nerve helps us see by transmitting signals from the eye to the brain. Moving on to your next word, cerebrum. Repeat after me, cerebrum. Now, cerebrum is the largest part of the brain which is responsible for higher cognitive functions. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Moving on to our next word, which is axial skeleton. Repeat after me, axial skeleton. Now, this is the central structure of the skeleton. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The axial skeleton includes the skull, vertebral column, spine, and rib cage. Moving on to your next word, which is vertebral column. Repeat after me, vertebral column. This is the segmented structure of bones that houses the spinal cord. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Vertebral column is a part of the axial skeleton. Moving on to your next word, which is articulation. Repeat after me, articulation. Now, this is not your English wala articulation, which means the clear and precise pronunciation of words. This is the medical term wala articulation, which is a scientific term for a joint, a place where two bones meet, like the knee joint or the shoulder joint or the elbow joint. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The articulations in our body, like the knee joint and the elbow joint, helps us to move smoothly. Moving on to your next word, which is epidermis. Repeat after me, epidermis. Now, this is the outermost layer of our skin, which acts as a protective barrier. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The epidermis protects the body from bacteria and infection. This is the epidermis. This is the epidermis, the outermost layer of our skin. Moving on to your 11th word, which is cornea. Repeat after me, cornea. Now, this is the transparent layer covering the front of the eye. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The cornea helps focus light for clear vision. Moving on to your next word, retina. Repeat after me, retina, which means a part of the eye that detects light and sends signals to the brain. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Red cells in the retina helps us to see in low light. Moving on to our next word, which is cartilage. Repeat after me, cartilage. Now it means a flexible tissue found in joints and other parts of body. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Ear is made up of flexible cartilage. Moving on to your next word, tendon. Repeat after me, tendon. Now tendon means a fibrous tissue that connects muscle to bone. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The Achilles tendon helps in running and walking. Moving on to your next word, ligament. Repeat after me, ligament. It means a tissue that connects bone to other bones. For example, the ankle ligament or the knee ligament. Let's frame a sentence with this word. The knee ligament stabilizes the knee joint. Moving on to your next word, gland. Repeat after me, gland. It means an organ that secretes hormones like the pituitary gland or the thyroid gland. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The thyroid gland regulates metabolism. Moving on to your next word, which is bronchi. Repeat after me, bronchi. It is not bronchi, it is bronchi. It means the tubes that carry air from the trachea to the lungs. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The bronchi helps direct air into the lungs. Moving on to your next word, which is diaphragm. Repeat after me, diaphragm. It means a muscle that helps with breathing. For example, the diaphragm contracts to allow air into the lungs. Moving on to your 19th word, which is esophagus. Repeat after me, esophagus. It means a tube that connects the throat to the stomach. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The esophagus carries food from the mouth to the stomach. And now it's time for your last word of this segment, which is appendix. Repeat after me, appendix. It means a small organ with no essential function. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The appendix can sometimes inflame and it needs to be removed. So these were 20 words in this segment. I hope they were easy enough for you to understand because I have tried my level best to simplify the meanings, tell you the correct pronunciations along with easy sentences. So I hope that by now you are understanding and you are enjoying. Moving on to our next segment, which is medical procedures and tests. Let's start with our first word, surgery. Repeat after me, surgery. It means a medical procedure involving operation. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. She underwent a heart surgery recently. Moving on to your second word, biopsy. Repeat after me, biopsy. It means a test involving the removal of tissues for examination. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor ordered a biopsy to check for cancer cells. Time for your next word, X-ray. Repeat after me, X-ray. It means a medical imaging technique to see bones and organs. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The X-ray showed a fracture in his arms. Your fourth word is CT scan. Repeat after me, CT scan, which is a detailed imaging test using X-ray. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. A CT scan helped diagnose internal bleeding. Moving on to your next word, which is MRI. The full form of MRI is magnetic resonance imaging, which means a scan that provides detailed images of organs and tissues. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The MRI showed a tear in his knee ligament. Moving on to your next word, which is ultrasound. Repeat after me, ultrasound. A scan that uses sound waves to create images of the body. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. An ultrasound was done to check the baby's growth. Moving on to your next word, endoscopy. Repeat after me, endoscopy. It means a procedure to look inside the body using a small camera. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor performed an endoscopy to examine his stomach. Usually in endoscopy, the doctors put a small camera through your mouth and then they check the internal organs. Moving on to your next word, blood test. Repeat after me, blood test. It is a test to check for diseases and conditions. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The blood test confirmed that she was anemic. Moving on to our next word, dialysis. Repeat after me, dialysis. It means a treatment for kidney failure that removes waste from the blood. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. He goes for dialysis twice a week. Moving on to your next word, transplant. Repeat after me, transplant. Now transplant means the replacement of an organ or tissue. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. She had a liver transplant last year. 11th word, your 11th word is cauterization. Repeat after me, cauterization. It means the process of burning tissues to stop bleeding. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor used cauterization to seal the wound. Moving on to your next word, defibrillation. Repeat after me, defibrillation. It means a procedure to restore normal heartbeat using electric shocks. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The paramedics used defibrillation to revive the patient. Moving on to your 13th word, intubation. Repeat after me, intubation. It means the insertion of a tube into the airway to assist breathing. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The patient was put on a ventilator after intubation. Moving on to your next word, IV, which means intravenous. Many a times when you visit a doctor or a hospital, you must have seen people say, or you must have experienced that the moment you go to the hospital and you're very ill, the nurses, they actually use an IV drip. Now what is IV? IV chढ़ा दी, IV पे है. What is IV? IV का full form होता है intravenous, which means the administration of fluids or medicines through vein. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The patient received an IV drip for hydration. Moving on to our next word, which is lumbar puncture. Repeat after me, lumbar puncture. It means a procedure to collect cerebrospinal fluids for testing. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. A lumbar puncture can help diagnose meningitis. Moving on to your next word, which is mammogram. Repeat after me, mammogram. Now it is an X-ray test for breast cancer. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Women over 40 are advised to get regular mammograms. Moving on to your next word, pacemaker. Repeat after me, pacemaker. Now pacemaker is a device which is implanted in the chest to control heartbeats. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. His irregular heartbeats required a pacemaker. Moving on to your 18th word, radiation therapy. Repeat after me, radiation therapy. Now it is a treatment that is used to destroy cancer cells. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. She underwent a radiation therapy for breast cancer. Moving on to your next word, which is skin graft. Repeat after me, skin graft. Now it is a procedure where skin is transplanted to cover a wound. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The burn victim needed a skin graft to heal properly. Moving on to the last word of this segment, which is tracheotomy. Repeat after me, tracheotomy, which means a surgical procedure to create an opening in the windpipe. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. A tracheotomy was performed to help him breathe. So these were 20 words in this segment. I hope they were easy enough for you to understand. Now let's move on to our next segment. Moving on to our fourth segment, which is disease and conditions. Let's start with our first word, infection. Repeat after me. Infection. Now, infection is the invasion of our body by harmful microorganisms such as bacteria or viruses. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Cold and cough are types of infections. Moving on to your second word, fever. Repeat after me. Fever. Now, fever means the temporary increase in the body temperature due to illness or infections. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. I recently had a severe fever. Moving on to your third word, allergy. Repeat after me. Allergy. Now, allergy is a reaction of the body to a specific substance. Like I have a severe allergy from peanuts. Moving on to your fourth word, diabetes. Repeat after me. Diabetes. Now, diabetes is a condition where the blood sugar levels are too high. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Type 1 and type 2 are the most common types of diabetes. Moving on to your fifth word, hypertension. Repeat after me. Hypertension. It means high blood pressure that can lead to heart diseases. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Stress and excessive salt intake can lead to hypertension. Moving on to your sixth word, asthma. Not asthma or asthma. The correct pronunciation is asthma. It is a condition that affects breathing. It makes it difficult to breathe normally. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Dust and smoke can trigger asthma attacks. Moving on to your seventh word, pneumonia, not phenomena, pneumonia. Repeat after me, pneumonia. It is an infection of the lungs that causes difficulty in breathing. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Bacteria and viruses can cause pneumonia. Moving on to your eighth word, cancer. Repeat after me, cancer. Now, cancer is a disease where abnormal cell grows uncontrollably in the body. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. Early detection of cancer increases survival chances. Moving on to your ninth word, stroke. Repeat after me, stroke. It means a condition caused by lack of blood flow to the brain. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. A stroke can lead to paralysis if not treated immediately. Moving on to your 10th word, fracture. Repeat after me, fracture. A fracture is a break in the bone due to injury or stress. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The X-ray confirmed that he had a fracture in his legs. Moving on to our next word, which is Alzheimer's disease. Repeat after me, Alzheimer's disease. Now this is a disorder which causes loss of memory. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Alzheimer's disease mostly affects older people. Moving on to your next word, epilepsy. Repeat after me, epilepsy. Now this is a neurological disorder that causes seizures. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. People with epilepsy should avoid bright flashing lights. Moving on to your next word, gastritis. Repeat after me, gastritis. Now this is the inflammation of the stomach lining. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Spicy food and alcohol can lead to gastritis. Moving on to your 14th word, hemophilia. Repeat after me, hemophilia. It means a disorder where the blood does not clot properly, and this is usually a genetic disorder. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. People with hemophilia must be very careful to avoid injuries. Moving on to your next word, hernia. Repeat after me, hernia. It means a condition where an organ pushes through a weak spot in the muscles. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Lifting heavy objects can cause hernia. Moving on to your 16th word, jaundice. Repeat after me, jaundice. It means a condition that causes yellowing of the skin. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Jaundice is very common in newborn babies. Your 17th word is leukemia. Repeat after me, leukemia. It is a type of blood cancer which affects the production of white blood cells in the body. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Leukemia affects the immune system by reducing healthy blood cells. Moving on to your next word, which is meningitis. Repeat after me, meningitis. It means an infection of the protective membrane around the brain and spinal cord. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Bacteria and viruses can cause meningitis. Moving on to your next word. The pronunciation is a bit tricky, but it is not psoriasis or psoriasis. The correct pronunciation is psoriasis. Repeat after me, psoriasis. It means a chronic skin condition causing red and scalpy patches. And psoriasis is an autoimmune disease. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Stress can trigger psoriasis. And time for your last word of this segment, which is tetanus. Repeat after me, tetanus. It means a bacterial infection causing muscle stiffness. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. Rusty nails and deep wounds can cause tetanus. So these were 20 words in this segment. I hope you are enjoying the video by now and you are understanding something, aren't you? Let's move on to our last segment. Moving on to the last segment of this video, which is medical professionals and equipments. Let's start with our first word, physician. Repeat after me, physician. Now, a physician is a doctor who diagnoses and treats illnesses. Now, these are your regular doctors that you go and visit for regular checkups. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. For example, the physician prescribed antibiotics for the infection. Moving on to your second word, surgeon. Repeat after me, surgeon. Now, a surgeon is a doctor who performs operations. They are trained, they are specialists who carry out surgeries to treat injuries and diseases. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The surgeon successfully removed the tumor. Moving on to your third word, nurse. Repeat after me, nurse. Our nurse is a healthcare worker who assists doctor and cares for the patients. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The nurse changed my wound dressing. Moving on to our next word, which is stethoscope. Repeat after me, stethoscope. I am sure you must have seen it around the doctor's neck, with which, there's a device with which he listens to your heartbeats. That's a stethoscope. It is a device used to listen to heart and lung sounds. It is used by the doctor to check heartbeats, breathing, and detect abnormalities. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor used a stethoscope to check my heartbeat. Moving on to your next word, which is ambulance. Repeat after me, ambulance. An ambulance is a vehicle for transporting sick or injured patients. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. The ambulance arrived within minutes of the emergency call. Moving on to your next word, hospital. It is a place where sick and injured people are treated with care. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. He was admitted to the hospital for his surgery. Moving on to your next word, cardiologist. Repeat after me, cardiologist. A cardiologist is a doctor who specializes in heart diseases. They diagnose and treat heart conditions. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. A cardiologist examined his heart condition. Moving on to your next word, which is dermatologist. Repeat after me, Dermatologist. Now, a dermatologist is a doctor who specializes in skin conditions. These doctors, they treat acne, rashes, pimples, or eczemas that if you have. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. I visited a dermatologist for my acne treatment. Moving on to your next word, which is endocrinologist. Repeat after me. Endocrinologist. Now, an endocrinologist is a doctor who specializes in hormone disorders. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The endocrinologist treated thyroid problems. Moving on to your next word, which is gynecologist. Repeat after me. Gynecologist. A gynecologist is a doctor who specializes in women reproductive health. These are the doctors that you visit for your, girl issues, like say your pregnancy or your menstrual cycle or issues related to health conditions for females. Now let's frame a sentence with this word. She should consult a gynecologist for pregnancy care. Or I used to visit the doctor, the gynecologist, almost every week during my pregnancy. Moving on to your next word, which is ophthalmologist. Repeat after me. Ophthalmologist. Now, a doctor specializing in eye disease is called an ophthalmologist. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The ophthalmologist prescribed new glasses. Moving on to your next word, which is orthopedic surgeon. Repeat after me. Orthopedic surgeon, which means a doctor who treats bone and joint disorders. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. An orthopedic surgeon performed the knee surgery on him. Moving on to your next word, which is ostoscope. Repeat after me. Ostoscope. Now, this is a tool used to examine the ear. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The doctor used an ostoscope to check for an ear infection. Moving on to your next word, which is prosthesis. Repeat after me. Prosthesis. Now, a prosthesis is an artificial body part. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. He was fitted with a prosthetic leg after the accident. Moving on to your next word, stretcher. Repeat after me. Stretcher. Now, a stretcher is a device used to transport patients. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The paramedics placed the injured man on the stretcher. Moving on to your next word, ventilator. Repeat after me. Ventilator. Now, a ventilator is a machine that supports or controls breathing when a patient cannot breathe properly or well on his own. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The patient was put on a ventilator to help him breathe during his recovery. Moving on to your next word, which is paramedic. Repeat after me. Paramedic. It means a healthcare professional trained to provide emergency care and transportation during critical situations. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The paramedic quickly stabilized the patient before moving him to the hospital. Moving on to your next word, thermometer. Repeat after me. Thermometer. Now, a thermometer is a device which is used to measure the temperature. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The nurse used a digital thermometer to check the patient's temperature. Moving on to your next word, scalpel. Repeat after me. Scalpel. Now, a scalpel is a small, sharp surgical instrument used by a surgeon to make precise incisions. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. The surgeon used a scalpel to carefully open the incision site. And time for your last word of this segment, which is phlebotomist. Repeat after me. Phlebotomist. Now, a phlebotomist is a specialist who collects blood samples for test or donations. Now, let's frame a sentence with this word. During my routine checkup, when I was pregnant, I used to visit the phlebotomist several times to get blood tests done. So these are 100 essential medical terms simplified just for you. And if you want to sound more natural and confident while using these terms, I have a trick for you. And the trick is very simple. which is practice, because the more you practice, the more naturally these terms will come to you. And your best promising practice partner is EngVarta. Download the EngVarta app and take your regular sessions with live English experts, go on daily conversations, have one-on-one live sessions, and become a pro. This is pretty much it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow medical professionals and friends, and subscribe this channel for more such amazing content. I will see you very soon in my next video. Till then, bye, take care, and happy learning.